All right. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Howdy.
Well, afternoon, I guess now.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll go on and get started. It looks like it's kind of leveling off with the numbers coming in. So this is this week we've been doing Fast Track Live. So we offer all of those pre-recordings, Fast Track, and we ask people to go through Fast Track that's starting the program. Fast Track, the fast track to fat loss, getting momentum. And we teach the program through 19 short videos. They're very short. And then you go through each video and it teaches you the program. It teaches the foundation of a practical, sustainable, and fun lifestyle that you can live with forever. There's a lot of ways to lose weight, but what really matters is, can you live the life? Can you sustain the weight loss? There's a carnivore, vegan, Atkins, low carb, Mediterranean. There's a million ways to lose weight, but it's the one that you can sustain for a lifetime that is the one that you should do, right? And we believe this is a practical, sustainable, and fun one. And we teach the rule set. We teach it in those fast track videos. And we know that people desire the warmth and support of a live person. So that's why we also do this during the week, to try to kind of support your effort as you go through those fast track videos, answer questions, keep you pointed in the right direction. And we are wrapping it up today. We had 3 lessons this week that kind of filled in some gaps that might have been left by the fast track videos, the short videos. We're going to do that today too. And then kind of point you to, what's next. Again, I think people should go through this a few weeks. You want to go through it a few weeks and really immerse yourself in the information. This is your life. It looks like everybody here is already a member though. So I guess we're just reinforcing the things that we teach all the time. And if you've lost your way, this is the home button. You click the home button and be reminded, here's the basics. Here's home base. If I get lost, I have a few too many holidays, a few weeks, I lose my way for a few weeks, I can always hit the home button and come back. What does that look like? What we've taught this week. Perfect days. After 2 perfect days, you're in efficient fat burning mode. We drink our water, we journal, we eat in the right food combinations to control insulin, because insulin means accelerated appetite. It means fat storage, and it means you stop the efficiency of your fat burning. So those food combinations control that. Then portions, you've got to control your portions. Eat up to 3 eating episodes a day. If you need that 4th one as an approved snack or freebie because you're having some cravings, you can do that, but continue to work on breaking that habit of wanting to graze. That sets a lot of people back. If you're grazing on our approved freebies, if you're not careful, that'll turn back into Doritos. So we want to eliminate grazing over time. Eat up to 3 eating episodes that are either an approved meal or snack that control insulin. So you got your portions, then you got your timing. Timing is a 12 to 16 hour fast a day. We start with 12 hours. What does that mean? I eat my last meal at 8 p.m. I don't eat again until 8 a.m. or later. You want your food to have time to digest. There's a sense that food is such a coping mechanism. There's a sense I've got to be eating on something all the time to just feel normal. It's going to take time to break that habit. That was one of the biggest habit breaks for me ever, was when I would hold space and not reach for something. Even approved food, it still has calories that won't come from my reserve fat that I'm trying to get rid of. There's still they still have calories. I want it to be coming, I want that calorie deficit to be coming from my reserve fat. So if I'm always into the habit of grazing and eating on something, not giving my body time to digest food, I'm not going to be healthy. Yeah, I mean, you need a 12 to 16 hour fast. You need to be working towards a 16-hour fast a day, meaning if you quit eating at 6 p.m., you don't eat again until 10 a.m. the next day. That you got to start thinking like that. There are four phases of digestion. You got to give your body time to heal and recover because food is taxing on the body even though you need it. And then lastly, there's bless the name of the Lord, an attitude of gratitude. That might be, well, not might be, it is. It's more important than the journal. I think I even skipped journaling today. Some of you said, thank goodness. But yeah, people don't like to journal, and that's success. That's how you have success, but also the attitude, right? No matter what we're going through, we can make it worse or we can make it easier on ourselves. And if we tend to have a bad attitude about what we got to do to lose the weight, then we're not going to, whatever we do that we're having to white knuckle, if we're having to make ourselves do this, we'll do it for a little while, but you're not going to do it long term. If that isn't playing out in our culture, I don't know what to say. Have you not noticed that people in the weight loss realm, so to speak, right? It's there. It's too hard. It takes too long. I don't like live videos. I don't like short videos. Just tell me what to do. You tell them what to do. I don't like any of that. That's a negative attitude. And then they're sitting there over their dinner going, I'm starving to death. This ain't fair. I don't know how we can ever be successful that way. If you decide to lose weight, you got to decide also to pay the price for that weight loss. If you want weight loss, you got to give up something over here. You can't eat all day. We can't eat what we want when we want as often as we want. Use food as a solution for our problems. We can't do that. So that's the bulletproof shield. If you do that, it sounds pretty easy to me. If you have two perfect days, that's what we call those days, you're now in EFB. You feel better. Everybody knows if you have what we call a perfect day, you feel better. So why wouldn't we double down and keep doing that? So today we're just going to point you to the tools and resources. If you're new here, come back next week. We'll do it again. We'll try to get you pointed in the right direction, whether it be here live support right here or behind the scenes support. We'll do what we can to help, but you got to make that decision. And Nicole, anything you want to add to that?
I would just say, yeah, just to reiterate that's the most important thing, is the decision. I think there's a million ways. I mean, there's so many ways to lose weight. There's so many different things out there, but the biggest thing is you've got to decide that,
Yeah.
that you're going to do it. There are days it's going to be hard. There's going to be days you're going to quit and you have to just start again the next day. So,
Yeah.
the decision is the number one thing.
Make the best of it. Make the best of it. If whatever it is, whatever we're going through, make the best. Find a way to get excited about it and talk yourself into it, not out of it. I think we said yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. I thought that was good, if I may say so myself. You got to be ready, willing, and able. Everybody's ready to lose weight. If they have weight to lose, they're ready. They want to do it and they're able. Everybody's body works similarly. If you're in a calorie deficit and you're controlling insulin, you're able. But are you willing? Are you willing? That finding the willingness. And unfortunately, unless you're that special rare person, and I believe you are, people only will change when it hurts so bad they have to change. I think that's kind of where I'm at in some areas of my life. So it's just the human condition. Once you, Chris, hey Chris, once you hurt bad enough, you'll make necessary changes. So that was good. All right, so we're going to get to this lesson that's been put together. Nicole's doing a great job with these. You see the shield. I love the roots of our program. It sprung up. This entire shield was kind of rooted from the Bible. Helmet of salvation, the shield of faith. And we put together a shield. What's home base? This little badge that's fast track. Congratulations to everybody that got their fast track badge this week. I loved seeing Cindy and Cheryl post those and recognizing people. That's awesome. Um, just great. Earning the fast track badge, we know that indicates someone that has a high likelihood of going on and losing weight and then eventually keeping it off. But this is a home button. It's like if you ever seen a home button, right? You get lost on your phone or whatever, there's a home button. You go back to home base. This is home base. Anytime you get lost, if you know these rules and you will honor the rules, you will always get back to losing weight. When someone tells me that it doesn't work as good this time as it did the last time I did it, that's wrong. Last time it had the new car smell on it. This time it doesn't. And your perfect days are not perfect. They're okay. If you're truly having perfect days, you cannot help but lose fat. It's impossible not to lose fat. Now, I didn't say lose fat every day, but you're going to lose a percent of your beginning weight each week on average if you follow the program. Why does today matter? This is not the end. We went through the material this week, and if you honored the material, you went through the videos and you might have earned your badge. But this is the beginning. This is not the end. Now's when we really have to immerse ourselves in the information so that it becomes a part of us. If it's just something that we're trying to do that we don't want to do, it's going to be hard to have lasting success. But if it becomes our ethos, our identity, our rules that we live by, we'll volunteer, however you want to look at that. You have to submit to the rules. Someone said not long ago, they said, well, I'm a rebel. Well, you go on and be a rebel. I don't follow rules. Okay, you go on and do that. I hope it works out. This is an area of life that I have surrendered my life to as it relates to my eating lifestyle. I surrender. I surrender to, I have to journal. It's like brushing my teeth. I surrender that I can't eat a potato by itself if I want to lose weight. I've surrendered to the rules and I abide by them. You've built your shield, mastered your food, and now you're learning to live with freedom. You might feel that discipline is a wordy dirt, that discipline hurts. It doesn't. It gives you freedom, true freedom. I used to be free, Nicole, to eat whatever I wanted as often as I wanted. But you know what I wasn't free to do when the kids were little? Get in the Ferris wheel with my daughter. You're too big, sir. So I wasn't free to do that. Now, I'm not free to eat what I want when I want. There's 6 days a month I can eat what I want, but I'm free to ride the Ferris wheel with my grandson now. What's the most important thing to everyone? What are our values? Believe it or not, I think it's a value issue. It has never been. Do y'all believe this? If I could be so candid, Nicole, do you believe this? That it's never been as difficult to teach nutrition as it is today because of the ease by which people are offended.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like no matter what you say to help them, you accidentally step on their toes. If
Yeah.
you say something about the meds, they get mad. If you say something about not journaling, they get mad. It's never been easier to offend people. We're not trying to offend, we're trying to help you live with freedom. Go ahead, Nicole.
I was just going to say, yeah, even sometimes when people ask for help, they ask for your help, your advice, and then they don't really like what you say, the um truth and love. Those are the two hardest things,
Yeah.
to give people. And, truth is really the only thing that changes you. So, telling people what they want to hear doesn't help them. And at the end of the day, it just enables them. So,
Yeah.
um,
The
yeah.
truth will set you free, but at first it'll make you mad. I love
Yes.
that quote. It made me mad a few times. I'm not above it, but someone telling you the truth, long range, you're going to experience more freedom. It's time for y'all to lock it in and finish strong. What is finishing? Come up with that ideal weight and don't stop until you reach it. There will be a sense of complacency or the desire for complacency once you get started, and then it no longer hurts as bad. You know what I'm talking about, Brooke? You drop 10, 15, 20 pounds, and then it's easy to take that extra holiday. You have to be careful. It's easier for your perfect day to become an okay day. You had a handful of kettle chips and thought, well, that's only 100 calories. I'm not going to worry about that. But you provoked insulin. Have those rules, live by the rules. So, in the website, want to remind you, in case you did not go through Fast Track this week, please go through the Fast Track section of the website. It's simple, it's easy. You hit dashboard, you're in Fast Track, or hit Fast Track with Travis. If you have a different level, it'll show you all your options. You want Fast Track with Travis, and then you want to go through your laps. You want to go through the program as it's laid out. It's laid out a specific way for you to understand the information so that you can begin to apply it. In the website, you have a food library. Before we go today, I'll take you over there, show you real quick what you have access to. But you've got an amazing whole food library. You've got hundreds of approved foods, even as a free Fast Track member. Now, if you become a monthly member, a subscriber, you have thousands of items, literally thousands of approved food items. You've got a restaurant guide. So most popular restaurants are in there, give you a description on what to do. A lot of times you can simply make some modifications to that item on their menu and be fine. Remember, it's all about controlling insulin. Grocery list generator, you have grocery list where you can go in, you add food library items to your grocery list. You go in the grocery store and you focus on what you can have, not on what you can't have. Never go in there hungry. But we've got anything imaginable. There, I can't think of a tool or resource we don't have on the website for those that are seekers and that really want to lose weight. You've got a robust recipe library, thousands of recipes. Uh, in fact, there's probably five variations of spaghetti, lasagna. We've been adding to that recipe library for more than 20 years. So now Fast Track, you only get a few recipes. But then once you decide to upgrade, you get a robust recipe library. People literally sometimes only subscribe for that recipe library. They live by that, and it's helpful to them because all of those recipes are going to help you control insulin. We also have daily devotionals. There's an online journal. If you ever hit a plateau, at least we know what you're doing and how to help you get through it. Anyone knows that if you've asked me for help, the first thing I ask is, are you journaling? And I would say 19 out of 20 times the person says, no, but I know what I've eaten. No, you don't. You do not know what you've eaten unless you have a method of operating your eating life where you record that stuff. There's too much opportunity for willy-nilly eating, right? When you tell me, I promise you this is all I've eaten and I gained weight. I was born at night, but not last night. So I've been there too. I've been there too. So it's not picking on you. I know myself, therefore I know you. So takes one to know one. Make sure when you get started, you just simply complete your profile. It gets started by completing your profile. That gives us information about you. You'll get personalized tips and encouragement when you complete your profile. Track your spiritual, physical progress, unblock content tailored to your goals, connect deeper with the community. I think that is probably the most important thing on this slide. Having the connection with other like minded people I learned in the third grade from Miss Dodd that I would end up being a product of my environment. I had a friend, God rest his soul, he spoke as country as me, real country accent, Dwayne. Dwayne moved to Chicago, and after a year, I couldn't understand a word he said because he had mimicked their accent. He had been around them, and he become a product of that environment. I can't tell you, we fight for this program every day, and volunteers do, for mainly the community connection of like minded people so that we can all support each other on this weight loss journey because our current environment outside of this like mindedness is not conducive to getting the help we need to lose weight. If anything, we're going to be enabled to make terrible decisions. And I won't even get into that. It's so offensive to people today. I will not say anything about those shots. All right. Getting started. You've even got a list right here of how to get started in the fast track section of the website. This is free to the world and it is a robust award winning program. You get your beginner meal plan. You got your fast track lessons that are short and to the point. You've got your support group, your live class schedule, your food survival guide, recipe library, and your personal journal. You get all that. There's no strings attached. It's yours. We have good-hearted mentors that volunteer their time to help you get through that. There's not another program on the planet that's going to do that. Next, once you get through that, you can continue with fast track as long as you desire to go with that. That's fine with us. If you decide to immerse yourself, learn more, get more variety, speed up the weight loss with more efficacy, etc., you can unlock the full experience by upgrading to one of our memberships. We have the foundation membership at $10, the journey at $25, more tools, features, benefits. Lisa, could you give the link to the new feature list, the new upgrade button? When you click it, it's laid out a little better. Let's provide that for them. But you get so much that we literally can't even begin to talk about all that you get. There's so much there. It's kind of like going, if you went out by yourself into the Smoky Mountains, like you would see all of nature's beauty, but if you didn't have a compass, you'd get lost because there's so much. That's what we offer. There's so much there, you'll probably never even see it all. But upgrade, and when you click the upgrade button, we want this to be a meaningful experience for you. We're not lining anybody up and signing them up. You literally have to let us know you're interested in the upgrade because this is a special group of people, and we want to make sure we only let special people in. Fast Track's free to everybody. The other isn't because we want to maintain this great like-minded group of people that's trying to help each other. And then once you let us know you want in, myself or someone really close to me will reach out and help tailor a program for you. And that's it. Nicole, anything you want to share before we take a look at the website?
Um, I would just say, like, kind of the beginning of this is just begin with the end in mind and just have a goal, and if you get stuck, just go back to the beginning, go back to watch the fast track, videos again, go back through the laps, just don't quit would be the biggest thing is just keep going.
Yeah. Don't quit. Make a decision and see it through. And don't convince yourself that this is hard. It is easy to do. I know why more people don't do it because it's easy not to. But when your mind is right, this is really easy. It's easy.
Well, and also, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but also think of it, as a lifestyle, not a diet. Just it's a lifestyle. So, if you do, have that blow it day or whatever it is, you just start back over tomorrow, So just keep that in mind as well, that it is a lifestyle.
Amen. Amen. Even if you've went through this, just you helping us share it is great. I don't know if we have anybody that doesn't know what we're going over, but just you understanding how it's laid out and sharing it is so much easier today than it was even 2 months ago. So most people that sign in, they're just going to see this section here. They can't really find anything else. The website only opens up if somebody is a full member and upgraded. So what Nicole and I is taking you through is this section here. Okay. You've got all of your fast track videos. You've got downloadable materials and resources, meal plans, welcome packet, sample grocery list. Then when you watch that video, we just take this little test. There's a 2-question test under every video, sometimes 3 questions. But what is Fast Track designed to help you earn? You've watched the video and I go over that. So Fast Track badge. Why is mastering the Bulletproof Shield sustainable? Again, we're just trying to make sure that you're watching the videos. You answer those. If you don't get them right, you have to watch the short video again. That will help us with support down the road. We want to make sure that everybody at least understands the foundational program. Anytime you need help, though, you can ask in the support group and we'll come running. Somebody will. They'll come running to help you. So you just go to the next video, save that, go to the next one. It won't take long at all. Basically, a person can learn this entire program that will change their life in 2 hours. 20 minutes today, 20 minutes the next day, whatever you got to do. And then come to the live classes. Okay, there's so much variety too. Don't get hung up on the meal plan that's here. We're teaching you how to do it for yourself, but we start you with a generalized meal plan. Then you can unlock the full experience. You get in there, you want to be a more immersed part, a member that helps us not only are you changing your life, you're helping us change other lives. This is a real mission. And you just click the upgrade button and one of us will come running and help you figure out what's next for you. And that's it. Let me bring you back here for a minute. There is an amazing accountability system, etc. There's all kind of things that you get as a member. Before you become a member, just keep in mind if you're looking for food library items right here, food survival guide, it'll take you to your library. Now there's a much bigger library, but this is your library. And you will find there's plenty of foods and meal replacements on it that you could literally do this the rest of your life. So that's what we've taught this week. And it's all to point you to this information so that it's duplicatable. Everybody's getting the same information. Nicole and I will swap it up in live class. We'll change it up every week to make it interesting. But it's all to point you to that duplicatable information so that we all are on the same ship together. It's awesome when you walk in your local Ingles, you've never met a person and you know that they're a member of I Am Faithfully Fit based upon what's in their buggy. We're trying to keep the language, the lingo the same, the fat bus, all that stuff. We're creating a lifestyle, a culture, if you will. And it starts with getting through those fast track videos. Everybody here that's had success, guaranteed, they've earned the fast track badge.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing too, in regards to that is I would say, um, pretend like this is the only program that exists. That will help you so much because you're going to have, I'm not a social media person, but for everybody who is very active, you're going to have a million things come at you a day, different programs, and you got to just commit to this, and you will be successful if you just forget that there's other programs out there. If you try to dabble a little here, dabble a little there, that won't work. So just forget all other programs and see this through.
Amen. I like that you said that. We used to do this thing in class where we'd be in the air, 1 foot on this chair, 1 foot on this chair, and then we would get somebody to pull them apart. And if you're not careful, if you try to straddle the fence, you won't be successful. You have to be all in, and that's why it's so important that you make sure that whatever you do is practical, sustainable, and forever. That's why I am down on the shots. I'm not down on you if you're taking them, but it's not a long-term approach to a healthy lifestyle. At some point, they got to go. Well, I lost the weight while I was on them, but you won't keep it off because you didn't learn the tools and the behaviors necessary, the discipline necessary to do what you need to do to keep it off. So it's all a mess. The best thing to do is to say, you know what? I got myself into this and I'm going to reverse engineer this situation. And the same way I got into it is the way I'm getting out of it. I got into it with a surplus of calories. I'm getting out of it with a deficit. And I'm going to control insulin. That's the beauty of this. And it will be the best thing that you've ever done other than give your heart and life to Jesus Christ. It will be the best thing that you've ever done that's ever happened to you other than giving your heart and life to Jesus. Because you're the first thing, first priority after that is to take care of your own temple. I can't help my kids if I'm unhealthy and miserable, right? So it all comes back to loving yourself. Anybody got anything? Questions, comments? Nicole, jump in there. Cindy, jump in there. Anybody else that wants to? I just don't see no other faces. Paulette, anybody got anything?
Well, we've had a good time in Fast Track this week as far as on the onboarding side. And so if there's somebody here new that a mentor has reached out to you, thank you for being here. And if you watch this recording later, then we appreciate you too. If you've got some texts from us or emails from us, respond to us. We're real, we're live, and we're here to help. And y'all have a great weekend.
Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. Great job on helping people with Fast Track this week. Aren't you going to be teaching soon? No? You change your mind?
No, I'll teach soon.
Good. Yeah, I think the live classes are, anybody could do this without ever having a live class. But you know what? You need that energy, that support, that connection. I would. It makes a difference.
Well, now you know I'm a self-proclaimed class junkie. So there is definitely something to it.
Yeah. Just quick statistics, and these are fact-based statistics. The people that have lost weight and the people that have lost weight, got into their ideal weight range, and then at least stayed within a 20% variance of that. It might have gained some back. That's normal. But every one of them are big time live class attenders. More than journals, more than, we've got about 100 people out of 40 something thousand that attend live class regularly. And they all pretty much have success. So we all good? All right, Nicole, great. I appreciate you helping us this week. Great job on the PowerPoints. We'll see what the Lord has in store for us next week. Try to help some more people. I'm gonna do emails this weekend because, as y'all can see, if those emails don't go out, we lose some people. We want people to show up for live class, so I'm gonna go work and whittle on that so that I'm prepared. But that's it for now. Everybody's good, right? Yes, Lisa says, great job, Nicole. I know she's been hard on herself this week. Instructors
Thank you.
typically scrutinize themselves while everybody else is enjoying them. But yeah, she definitely has self-critique, but she's done a good job.
It's harder than it looks, believe me.
You did great.
Thank you.
Y'all, we love you in the Lord. Pray for us. Pray for wisdom, good decision making. We appreciate y'all. If I've failed to thank somebody that's helped us, it's not intentional. I'm so grateful that so many people care about this mission. But the best way to care about it is to do it yourself. Actually live it. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.